Dear students, good morning to one and all. Previous classes we will discuss about the characteristics in bryophytes, includes habitat and thallus organization as well as reproduction and also economic importance in bryophytes. Now today we are going to discuss about the classification in bryophytes. Dear students, bryophytes are divided into three classes, that is first class Hepaticopsida, second class Anthoceratopsida, third class Bryopsida. Hepaticopsida are commonly known as liverworts. Given the example for Marchantia species. Marchantia species. Second class Anthoceratopsida are commonly known as hornworts. Given the example for Anthoceras species. Anthoceras species. Third class Bryopsida are commonly known as mosses. Given the examples for Funaria species and Polytrichum species. This is a classification in bryophytes. Classification in algae. The algae is divided into three major classes. They are namely Chlorophyceae, Phaeophyceae, Rhodophyceae. Chlorophyceae are commonly known as green algae or grass green algae. Phaeophyceae are commonly known as brown algae. Rhodophyceae are commonly known as red algae. At the same, the bryophytes are divided into three classes. They are namely the first class Hepaticopsida are also known as liverworts. Anthoceratopsida are also known as hornworts. Bryopsida are also known as mosses. So this is a classification in algae and a classification in bryophytes. Let us discuss about the first class, that is Hepaticopsida. Hepaticopsida are also known as liverworts. So given the example for here Marchantia. Hepaticopsida are also known as liverworts. Why? Because so the Marchantia thallus look like liver-like structure. The Marchantia thallus look like liver-like structure or one smoothly leaf-like structure. One smoothly leaf-like structure that is named liverworts. Okay, now Hepaticopsida is one of the class. The class Hepaticopsida are also commonly known as liverworts. Given the example for here Marchantia, the Marchantia thallus appeared to be liver-like structure or one smoothly leaf-like structure. So hence the namely liverworts. Okay, now the liverworts grow in moist and sandy habitats. The liverworts of especially Marchantia. The liverworts of Marchantia are generally grow in moist areas and sandy habitats such as banks of streams, marshy grounds, damp soils and waste waters, and also decay in woods and tree of trunks that is sandy habitats. In generally in bryophytes, plant body is totally made up of parenchymatous tissue. Is always plant body smoothly or delicate and the plant body is always to be appeared gametophyte. Why? Because containing the plant body is always to be produced gametes, applied gametes. So hence the namely gametophyte. Okay, now the plant body of liverworts is thalloid. The plant body of liverworts is thalloid. Generally, in higher plants of the plant body is differentiated true roots, true stems, and true leaves. But in lower plants of the, especially liverworts in Marchantia, the thallus is not differentiated into true root, true stem, and true leaves. Okay, now the plant body or thallus is not differentiated into true root, true stem, and true leaves. That is named thalloid or thallus. So the Hepaticapsida or liverworts of Marchantia plant body is generally thallus or thalloid. By means the plant body is not differentiated into true root, true stem, and true leaves. That is called thalloid or thallus. This is a thallus. This is a Marchantia thallus. This is a Marchantia plant body are here. Okay, now, and the thallus is generally prostrate. The thallus is prostrate. The thallus is always prostrate, not erect, not upright and straight and erect. So the thallus or the plant body is always prostrate, not upright, not straight, and also not erect. So the thallus is prostrate and dorsiventral. So by means, so the plant body of thallus to be appear dorsal side and ventral side. This is a dorsal and this is a ventral. That is dorsiventral. Dorsiventral. And closely opposite to the substrate. Closely opposite to the substrate within the help of unicellular rhizates. Within the help of unicellular rhizates. Within the help of unicellular rhizates. Okay, now the plant body is not differentiated into true root, true stem, and true leaves. That is called thalloid or thallus. The thallus is prostrate. By means not upright, not growing upright straightly, and not erect, not erect, and dorsiventral. So the thalli to be appeared dorsal side and ventral side, dorsal side and ventral side. So closely opposite to the substrate, closely opposite to the soil or substrate within the help of unicellular rhizates. So dear students, this is a male Marchantia thallus. This is a female Marchantia thallus. This is a female Marchantia thallus. By means, this is a male Marchantia plant body. This is a female Marchantia plant body. So both plant body are to be appeared thallus-like structure or one leaf-like structure. So in this thallus of Marchantia, male Marchantia thallus as well as female Marchantia thallus containing gemmas, containing gemmas. So these gemma to be containing several gemma cups. So this is a Marchantia male organ. This is a Marchantia female sex organ. This is a Marchantia male sex organ. This is a Marchantia female sex organ. So in this Marchantia male sex organ are named as anthradiophore, and Marchantia female sex organ are named as archegoniophore. So in this anthradiophore will be produced several anthridias. In this archegoniophore will be produced several archegonias. Anthradiophores will be produced anthridias. Archegoniophores will be produced archegonias. Okay, now, so in generally the Marchantia thallus is prostrate, dorsiventral, and closely opposite to the substrate or closely opposite to the soil within the help of unicellular rhizates. Within the help of unicellular rhizates. And the Marchantia male thallus and the Marchantia female thallus would be containing gemmas. These gemmas containing gemma cups. So these jammas and jamma cups with the help of vegetative reproduction. With the help of vegetative reproduction. Okay now. And Markansia male thallus will be produced antheridia4. So this antheridia4 again will be produced several antheridias. Markansia female thallus will be produced archegonia4. So this archegonia4 will be produced several archegonias. Several archegonias. Next coming to reproduction. Reproduction are of three types. First one vegetative reproduction, second one sexual reproduction, third one asexual reproduction. Third one asexual reproduction. In generally all higher plants first begin vegetative reproduction, second asexual reproduction, third sexual reproduction. But here in lower plants of bryophytes, first beginning vegetative reproduction the same, but second sexual reproduction, third one asexual reproduction. Okay now. So vegetative reproduction takes place in fragmentation in all lower plants and in all higher plants. In generally the vegetative reproduction takes place by fragmentation. So fragmentation means so the plant body or thallus which breaks up into small pieces, or small fragments, and then after each fragment and each small piece to gives rise to or develop into new individuals or new Markansia thallus. That is called fragmentation. Okay now. So in liverworts or Markansia, the vegetative reproduction takes place by fragmentation, by means the Markansia thallus or the Markansia plant body which breaks up into small pieces or small fragments. Then after each fragment or each small piece to gives rise to new Markansia plant body or new Markansia thallus or new individual. That is named fragmentation. And another importance are here are by the formation of specialized structures, that is called jamma. Markansia thallus is also to be produced some of the specialized structures. So in these specialized structures are named as jamma. Okay now. Markansia thallus, the mid of the Markansia thallus, the midrib of the Markansia thallus will be formation of specialized structures. So in those of specialized structures are named as jamma. Okay now. So by the formation of specialized structures is called jamma. So this is a jamma. And jamma generally green in color, multicellular, and also one type of asexual bud. In generally jamma are green in color, multicellular, and asexual buds. So which develops in small receptacles. These are called jamma cups. Okay now. In Markansia thallus, especially in their vegetative reproduction, takes place by fragmentation or by the formation of specialized structures, that is called jamma. What are the character features in jamma? Generally, jamma are green in color, multicellular, and asexual bud which develops into small receptacles. That is called jamma cups. So these jamma cups are used in the vegetative reproduction. So several jammas and jamma cups are located in the thallus, Markansia male thallus and Markansia female thallus After sometimes these Jamma cups to be detached from the parent plant body, and then after gives rise to new Markansia thallus or new Markansia individuals. That is the importance of Jamma or Jamma cups. By means in Markansia thallus of Jamma or Jamma cups are also help in vegetative reproduction. After maturity period, the Markansia thallus of Jammas or Jamma cups may be detached from the parent plant body, then after to be developed new Markansia thallus or new Markansia individuals. Okay, now that is vegetative reproduction. Next, coming to during sexual reproduction, the male and the female sex organs are produced on the same thallus or different thallus. So these are the sexual organs. In Markansia, the sexual reproduction to be produced two sex organs. One is the male sex organ, second one is the female sex organ. The male sex organ are also known as antheridia. The female sex organ are also known as archegonia. But here the male sex organ of antheridias are developed the Markansia antheridiophore. The female sex organ archegonias are developed the Markansia archegoniophore. So both sex organs are developed same Markansia thallus or different Markansia thallus. Different Markansia thallus. This is very important over here. So next, coming to asexual reproduction, the male sex organ of antheridia will be produced several biflagellated anthrozoids. The female sex organ of archegonia to be containing one haploid egg cell. After fertilized, before the fertilized period, the male sex organ of anthrozoids to be reach the female sex organ of egg cell within the help of water. So the fusing of anthrozoids within the archegonia of egg cell to be forming of one diploid zygote. So in this diploid zygote do not undergoes meiotic immediately. So this diploid zygote to be form one multicellular body. So in this multicellular body are named as sporophyte. In generally all higher plants, the diploid zygote will be developed the diploid embryo. But here in bryophytes or lower plants of the diploid zygote not immediately develop to the diploid embryo. So within the mid of the one stage to be appeared, that is sporophyte. Okay, now the zygote and the embryo between of the one stage to be appeared, that is asexual reproduction of sporophyte. Okay, now so in this the diploid zygote to be developed one multicellular body structure, that is called sporophyte. So this is a Markansia sporophyte by means beginning to asexual reproduction. So in this sporophyte is differentiated into three parts. That is, first part are here foot, second part here seta, third part here capsule. The sporophyte is differentiated into three parts. They are namely foot, seta and capsule. So in this capsule containing spore mother cells. So in this spore mother cells undergoes reduction division or meiosis to be produced several spores, and some of the elaters. Okay, now after meiosis spores are produced within the capsule and elaters is also produced within the capsules. Okay, now The sporophyte is differentiated into three parts. First part are here foot, second part are here seta, third part are here capsule. So foot is always attached to the green plant body or green thallus of gametophyte, and foot capsule between of the one stem like seta. Seta is always transported of water and mineral nutrients, from foot to capsule. So in this capsule to be appeared one bulb like structure. So this capsule is generally containing several spore mother cells. These several spore mother cells undergoes meiosis or undergoes reduction division. After meiosis to be produced several spores or several elaters. So these are spores and these are elaters. These are spores and these are elaters. White color in elaters. Okay, now white colors in elaters. So what is the help of elaters? So elaters, after maturity period, elaters which also help in spore dispersal. Elaters is also help in spore dispersal. The importance of elaters. After sometimes the spores will be germinated into develop free living gametophyte. So this is classification in bryophytes, and this is briefly discuss about the liverworts. The best example are here Markensia. So short notes on Markensia gender characteristics. In Markensia. Okay, now thank you.